Hello everyone, it's Megan here with Marigold Holistic Pet Care and welcome back to the Tipsy Hound Tavern. Today we're going to talk about cat enrichment. I'm going to break this video down into two parts. The first part is I'm going to talk about DIY items, and then I'm going to talk about items that you can buy in the store. Now we hear a lot about dog enrichment and we don't hear a lot about cat enrichment, but cats really need enrichment just as much as dogs do. They are hunters, natural born hunters, and they need to engage with the world around them. And when we don't properly give them those outlets, they're going to exhibit behavior issues. They're going to be scratching up your furniture and your carpets. They're going to be having litter box issues. They're going to have sometimes like aggressive tendencies towards people because they're trying to engage in their natural instincts of hunting and finding. So if we just kind of take the time to give cats and interact with cats the enrichment that they need, then they're going to be a lot better behaved. I'm going to get started with some very basic pipe cleaners like you see in your craft box. It's just a pipe cleaner that was straight when I started out, and then I just wrapped it around my finger like this, and then it becomes this really cool toy that cats like to bat around and chase. So these are really fun and really inexpensive and something cool that you can make at home. Moving on, all this is a box. Now everybody knows how cats just love boxes. And these are just toilet paper and paper towel rolls left over. Now, I have it a little bit empty on purpose because when you start out, it's nice to have them a little bit empty so that you can space the rolls out a little bit. And you just sprinkle some treats in there, and the cats love it. I actually made one of these for our local shelter, and they have a communal cat room, and the cats just went nuts over it. There was probably like 8 cats just circled around this one box that I had made. I put a little bit of catnip in there, put some treats in there, a little bit of food, and they just went nuts for quite some time. So it was really cool. So as they get a little bit better at getting treats out of it and foraging through it, you can add more to make these less movable, and it makes it a little bit more difficult. So that's the cool thing about this, that you can work up to certain things. Now, this is actually what's called a snuffle mat. You see these a lot with dog enrichment, but there's no reason why you can't use a lot of dog enrichment for cats. So this is a snuffle mat. It's simply made out of a sink drain and some fleece that's cut into sections, and you just double knot it through the holes of the sink mat, and then it creates a little foraging activity. You put some catnip maybe and some treats down in there, and the cats are going to go crazy over trying to find the treats, engaging their mind and their bodies at the same time. So this is a really great one as well. Now, moving over to something playing off of the rolls, this is simply just a toilet paper roll. That's all it is. So you can put treats in it, okay? And then you can just close it and pinch it on the sides, and it closes the treat in. And then you can have these for your cat to kind of bat around and figure out how to open them up and get the treats out of them. So they work really well, and it's a great DIY, cheap, free item that you can work on. Now, bubbles, I love bubbles. Bubbles are fantastic because they are tangible. I don't particularly like laser pointers for cats because that can create frustration. When cats get frustrated, because they can't catch it. So whenever you blow bubbles, it's something that has a scent to it. It's tangible. They can catch it, and they're safe. They're non-toxic. Clearly, they're made for children, so they're very safe. But bubbles are a lot of fun, and they create lots of natural movement that cats can chase because they are natural hunters. This is something that I have in my dog enrichment video as well, but cats can use it too. It's simply just a bottle. I remove the label, I remove the ring, and then I remove the cap. And I cut a hole in the side. You put treats in it, and then you roll it on the ground, and treats will come out of it, and the cat can push it and move it around to get treats out. So this makes things really fun. Now, another thing that you can do with the ring on here is you can allow your cat to play with it. But you want to supervise. You want to supervise with any toy, but sometimes if you can get that ring off, and even the cats like to bat them around and chase them, so that makes it really cheap and inexpensive too. Another thing that you can do specifically with cats that are in the shelter environment, they are in cages sometimes. So what you can do is if you get the really cheap shower curtain rings that are just plastic and you just hook them to the cage, cats love the noise and they can bat the shower curtain rings around on the cage. It's really fun and they enjoy it a lot too. Moving on to some store-bought items. So I'm going to start out here with a few of the simpler ones. This one's really cool because it's a little ball and it has some fabric flowers inside of it, and it also has a rattle. So it's a visual, it moves, and then it also has a sound to it. So that makes it really fun for cats and really engaging for them whenever they try to bat this around. Now, something a little more simpler are these toys. They have sound in them as well, which helps engage with cats. And they can bat these around on the ground. They're typically really, really inexpensive, which is nice. So always have these around, and sometimes it really takes the human to interact with the cat to make these engaging. A lot of times people buy toys for their pets and they just sit there and the animal doesn't engage with them because they don't do anything. But if you're the one that moves these around and gets them a little engaged with the toy, then the cat's going to be a little more apt to actually interact with it and do things. This is a really fun one. I love this. This is actually a kit that you can buy, and you can actually grow your own cat grass. It's really, really inexpensive and a lot of fun. So you put a lot of love into growing this grass that actually grows quite quickly, and you can then give them to your cat. You let your cat pick at it themselves, or you can cut pieces off to give to them. But this is a really cool, fun, and healthy interactive thing that you can do with your cat. Now, these are my favorite for cats. Cats are hunters. They need to chase, they need to catch. So these types of toys, the wand toys, are my favorite. This one is just simply a stick with a string. Now this is tied, but it'll open up and be a lot longer of a string. I always love feathers on the end. Feathers are always a really great engagement with cats if they want to chase that. So the feathers on the end are always my favorite, but it's just a wand that you can move around and have your cat exhibit its natural instincts to want to chase and hunt things. Give it a high five. Give it a high five. Now this one is it's actually a metal wand, so there's a lot of bounce to the end of the feathers. So that's a little bit different than the wooden dowel rod, but they're both fantastic. So I love these, and you can also get creative and make those at home as well. You know, you can get a dowel rod with some string and some feathers and put them on the end and create your own toy if you'd like. Now this one is cool because it actually hangs over the door. It has a door apparatus that goes over the top of your door, and you plug this in to it, and then the cat sees this little mouse that's hanging, and then they can bat at it and it moves. So it's different from the wand because you actually have to hold the wand, but this one actually hooks to your door. So that's kind of a fun thing that your cat can play with and work on whenever they are at home by themselves. Now this one is cool because it's a little play off of a dog toy kind of, but it's a Kong brand, but you can put some treats inside of it, and the treats will then come out, and you can put catnip in it as well, because it comes with some catnip, and the treats will come out, and the catnip creates that desire to want to interact with this toy. So that's a really fun thing to do with them also. This is another one. These, I don't know why, but these are just really, really inexpensive, and they're fun. They almost look like the Chinese finger trap that you played with when you were a kid, but cats just love batting these around on the ground, and they're kind of fun to watch cats interact with them. They're really inexpensive, so these are a good go-to. So this one right here is actually a dog feeder toy. They're marketed towards dogs, but there's no reason why your cat can't use this. It's just an interactive bowl that you put the treats in or their food in, and they have to work towards getting their food. So there's no reason why you can't use this for your cat. Now, this is also marketed towards dogs. It's a puzzle toy. You can see the dog bones on it. But I don't see why you can't use it with your cat. It's very easy to move. It doesn't take a lot of strength to move it, but you can put treats in here, let your cat have a couple freebies, and then from there you can slide it over, and then the cat knows that there's supposed to be treats there, and they will bat at it to push the sections over. So this is a really fun thing that you can use for your cats as well. And lastly, it's ceramic. It's really nice, and it's a toy, or a bowl. I'm sorry. It's a bowl that kind of turns into a toy whenever you put their food in it, or treats or whatever, and they have to bat at getting the treats out of this ceramic bowl and create a lot more of engagement with their meals. So you have to feed your cat anyways. Why not feed them their meals and create a game that gives them the enrichment that they really, really need? One last thing I want to throw at you about cats. You can train a cat just like you would a dog. People forget, or they don't realize that, but it's something that's really important that you can actually implement with your cat. There's fantastic videos, there's fantastic groups that you can join, and communities of people that train their cats, and it's super engaging for cats. They're extremely talented, they're very smart, and when you train with them, sits they come, and even tricks, they're getting a lot of enrichment that they need as, carnivorous hunters. They have so much desire and so much need for enrichment, and we forget about that with our cats. So don't forget, you can train your cat just like you train a dog. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Definitely leave in the comments below some of the things that you do with your cat to give them enrichment, and definitely share this video, especially with your shelter and rescue friends. I want to make sure that everybody has a great resource to have for cats, especially in the shelter environment, but also to owners so that they can relish a really happy and healthy life with their pets. So definitely stick around, check out my other videos, and I will see you guys next time. So don't forget, you can train your dog just like you train your cat like you train your dog. Ugh. Forgot I propped that up. Starting over. Because my furnace just turned on, and I'm pretty sure the video can pick this up. I'll take a drink until it kicks on. Anytime now. I will see you guys later.